Hello, how's everybody doing? I'm gonna get my coffee on. What's up, dudes? How we doing tonight? I'm just gonna do a stream and we're gonna vibe a little bit. If you're here in the recording afterwards, we got a lot of cool stuff going on, but this is gonna last as long as, we got some people chatting, people vibing. We're gonna talk about summer camp a little bit, and we're gonna talk about going to New Jersey, not this weekend, next weekend. So if anybody is there, also definitely tell me what's up. And then if you guys can hear the audio, I can't hear it on my side, so I don't know if it's too loud, not loud enough, any of that kind of stuff. And we're just gonna hang out for a little bit. We're gonna vibe, and then if we'll just see how this goes, We'll just see how this goes. I do randomly have a freaking stomach ache. What the hell? What the heck? What the rip? If you guys were here last time I did a stream, I think that was like 2 weeks ago, I ended up having like this overlay up top and at the bottom and all this stuff. And then I was like, man, I'm not really vibing it. I'm going to make this like little bottom thing a little bit more exciting, a little bit more different. But for now, we just got a little bit of a white bar. Just keep everything simple, clean, elegant. And then I have... have that. Got back from Oregon just a couple days. So today is Thursday. So I just got back from Oregon on Tuesday, and we were out in Oregon for 2 weeks. It was actually pretty freaking incredible to be in Oregon and vibe and hang out and just go like run a summer camp. I was stoked on how many people we had. We ended up having 12 the first week and then another 12 the second week, but then somebody got sick and couldn't go, so we ended up having 11. And there was a couple people like, can I come? And I was like, I'm gonna keep the numbers a little just slightly smaller, just so we can have like a better interaction with everybody. So yeah, camp was insane. It's been so awesome being able to run a camp with some really awesome coaches, and that's what I'm really excited about moving forward, is trying to make the camp as awesome as possible, and not just by the cool things we do. Yo, what's up, dog? Sebas, what's up, dude? But not just like what the cool things we did. Like, yeah, we got to snowboard, and that was amazing. But within the snowboarding, we got to hit an airbag. We got to have some awesome coaches, so the way that it functioned. And you kind of just got to see this a little bit through the YouTube videos. But essentially, I would choose a place where I wanted to be, and I would assign the other coaches. So they're going to go, let's just say Easy was at the small jump, I was at the rails, and somebody else was at the airbag. Aaron Snowboards, what's up, dog? Dude, you never came to camp, by the way. We should catch up soon, and hopefully everything's awesome and the remodel at the house is going good. Hopefully that was freaking sick, but wow, we missed you out there. But essentially, kind of back to what camp was like, there we go. Camp was more geared towards, there was some structure where we did some clinics, clinic meaning a definitive outcome, like, hey, we're going to do a butter clinic, and I'm going to teach you these 5 steps to get to the butter, and the end result is a butter. And then, so like we had days like that, but then we also had other opportunities where like, do you want to hit rails, or do you want to hit boxes, or do you want to hit jumps? And then you would be able to decide where you go. And then what I'm most stoked on is the staff that I have with me is like, they hold their own. I don't have to micromanage them. I don't have to tell them how to coach. They literally are freaking awesome. And so no matter if you were able to work with me or work with somebody else, it was your choice where you went. You could just vibe with me every day or go vibe somewhere else. And I was always constantly changing. So it's really cool for people to be able to just do what they felt was best for their goals. And that was really cool, just to be able to like just provide an experience, an elevated experience for people who resonate with my message. And we really discovered through the camp process that my message is people want to get better at snowboarding, and getting people to come to camp that wanted to be better at snowboarding was like such a cool thing, because everyone was eager, everyone was hyped, everyone wanted to snowboard. But it wasn't just hang out with me, it was, what can Tommy help me in my snowboarding? And I like that a lot better than just come ride with me, because I want to teach you, I want to help you. Like, I resonate with like making people better. That's literally the channel, the coaching, the business that I have is all about that. So it's really cool to have specific people that are just there. Everyone was there to get better. And then so we do some like ham MA sessions. Like sometimes I was staying up, well, most nights I was staying up until 2 o'clock in the morning, and that was definitely a crazy time, and trying to wake up early and everything. But I'm super pumped on how everything went. So camp Robert Brown. Camp was so sick. What's up, dog? Dude, we got to vibe. We got to hang out. Robert got to hit an airbag. So if you guys didn't see in the videos and stuff, like we had an airbag that we could vibe in. So he got to hit that, work on some tricks, and stoked that you were at camp, Robert. It was unreal. And I was stoked on the accommodation, stoked on the food. Definitely room for improvement, but that's really what this channel is about, right? Always getting better and always moving in that direction. So definitely going to change up a couple things for camp next year. Not big changes, but like some small things, you know, getting 1, 2, or 3% better and making changes that are like freaking making things like better. So that is the goal. Aaron Snow says, remodel is still going on and fat money stacks. So over the remodel and having no kitchen. Dude, I've seen a lot of those like HGTV shows and all that, like Flip or Flop, and the process is like there's always something wrong, there's always something there, there's always extra money, and it takes 19 years to get there. So good luck with that, dude. I hope it all comes out. And then we got Robert Brown. Oh, yep, got that one. Santana next year is I'm going to camp. Yeah, next year. So I'm gonna start releasing some information about camp early. The biggest reason why information was released so late this year was the simple fact that I may have had to get hip surgery and be out for a long time. So I'm actually gonna postpone the surgery up probably a little further. Not really sure what that hip surgery is, but I'm definitely going to host a camp next year because camp was just so fun, man. I freaking loved it. It was so good. And what's cool is like camp was what I wanted it to be. Like I designed it in a way that was like, let's get a bunch of awesome people there. Let's nerd out. Let's vibe. And that's what it was. So I was really hyped on that. Sebastian says, some of those rails looked beefy. Why didn't y'all get some footage on the big hits? You know, it was really challenging for me to find a balance of really providing the best service that I could and give the attention to the group, right? I didn't want to just go ride and do my own thing and just like neglect everybody and just do my own thing and be selfish. I wanted to either be there as somebody hiked a rail to give them coaching on a jump, on an airbag, or go vibe with somebody that was hitting that. But we found so much value in me just coaching and working on certain things on other features without just doing a 50-50 on a rail. Could we go to a front board somewhere else and actually learn tricks and take those away? So it was trying to find that balance of that. That was a big deal to me. And then I didn't want to just go like get mad clips. I wanted to get mad clips, but I wanted to provide a service. Like I'm here to work and get these guys hyped on snowboarding and provide that. I didn't want to just be that guy who's just on his own. You know what I mean? Like that was not the intent to just ditch everyone. And there was times where I was like vibing with people on the airbag and we're like hanging out and stuff, and that was really sick. But definitely there was some sick features out there for sure. And then Matthew Dalton, what's up, dog? So Matthew actually came out. He's my editor. He came out and filmed and edited a video every single day. We definitely fell into there was a couple times where there was some technical challenges within creating the content, and more specifically the GoPro kept having some freaking issues and we kept struggling with that. But we were definitely trying to find ways around it and trying to balance create the Instagram and YouTube content as well as create an amazing experience. That was definitely like the big goal. And then so then if anybody is around, I'm actually going to be going to New Jersey, not this weekend, next weekend. So I'm going to be there like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So the 30th, 31st, and 1st. So I'm going to go to New Jersey. Like I really wanted to go to New Jersey to go snowboard, and I'm really excited to like ride. For me, I got a couple ideas for videos and some content. So Matthew again is gonna meet me out there. I'm gonna make some content and go vibe out there and just go like ride and create some content and just like have some fun, a little bit more free flow and riding for myself. But we got some really cool ideas. Of course, I don't want to spoil them. I would rather show you some awesome videos. So we got some good ideas though. I'm pretty hyped. Sebastian says, props Matthew, you did good. And yeah, watching back in those videos, like he freaking crushed it, did a good job, and there's definitely room for improvement. And just going back, you know, when you're in the heat of the moment, it looks good, and then there's like, okay, what can we learn from that? How do we change that? And that kind of thing. And it was also really cool to see some other YouTubers out there. Kevin from Snowboard Pro Camp was out there. He's making videos. Go make sure you go watch those because he crushed it. TJ was out there. He's making some content. And then, yeah, really hyped on just like the energy within that YouTube community and the vibe and the community and the vibe at the Timberline has like, it's so sick. Like everyone's so positive and everyone was just like, everyone's there to get stoked and snowboard, and everyone shares that common ground. And they did a really good job with the parks and the airbags and the rails and the features, and I'm really hyped on all of that. That was really cool. Just the overall setup was pretty freaking fantastic, to be honest. Donovan, oh gosh, I just read the word hip surgery and I was like, he's gonna roast me. Donovan says, I really want to make it out to summer camp sometime. My son is currently 14. Will he be too young? Also, if you have your hip surgery this year, will you have summer camp next July? Great question. So what I'm thinking about for surgery, I'm going to answer that question first. So they're telling me that I'll be out for about 6 months. And then I was even thinking like getting surgery in April, June, and that's only 60 days. So all of June, so April, May, June, that would give me almost about 90 days of recovery, and then maybe I can make it out on hill and still go hang out, vibe, go stand at a freaking jump, because I was doing that so much anyways, and I can just vibe with people and talk. So that could be something I do, and then I just, you know, have my support staff there as well, and that kind of thing. That was one option, or I just don't do surgery, which could possibly be an option. But I also don't want to miss summer camp, as well as I don't want to miss winter, because that's obviously where my bread and butter is. Now, as far as summer camps, I have it as a 21 and over. And really the reason why I did that is like for accommodation purposes. I don't want to have a 21 and 18-year-old, and if there's anybody having a casual beer, then it gets weird, right? I'm not about that. So then 21 and over, and I'm not sure if I'm going to make an exception for like a father and son duo, just because it could be really cool if you guys are not staying with me and you did a coaching only. I may consider that as an option. But I just want to make sure that the kid is resonating with the message. Your son is resonating with the message and resonating with the group and is having a good time, right? He might enjoy like a different summer camp where it's like with kids, and then dad goes and Donovan, you go hang out in our camp and you just ride with us during the day, and then your son rides with a different camp. You see each other but not riding with each other, but then you're doing your own thing, and then at times you can free flow, go ride together and that kind of thing. That could be a really cool option. I just want to make sure that the experience for both you and your son are awesome. And so got to figure that out, what that looks like. But I'm going to be offering 4 weeks of camp next year, but I'm limiting the spots. I'm not going to have a bunch of spots. So I have 12 spots per week, 10 are accommodation, 2 are coaching only, and I'm limiting that. And I have 3 staff members. So the ratio is 1 to 4 max. Like max. But what ended up happening is 6 people would come and hang out with me, and that left 3 people with one coach and 3 people with another coach, or even sometimes 4 and 2, where somebody was getting almost a private lesson at times. And essentially you're choosing your scenario. Do you want to go ride with me at the jumps, or do you want to go to the small group and just go over there? We had quite a few people who went to, well, there's no buddy who wants to go do this. There's only one other person. Well, I just want coaching and I want to progress. So they would just elect to go over there. And I was all about it. So either way, it was really cool. But 14 spots. Steven, what's up? We gotta go. We're gonna ride together next summer, because you know I got you on that one. Gonna figure that out. And then Steven also says the kid High Cascade camp looks amazing. Heck yeah, it's definitely a different situation, and it's more like super fun vibe. Obviously you're gonna learn some stuff, and a kids camp, sick. I personally don't want to host a kids camp. I really enjoyed working with adults and their progression and having an impact on their lives, because I do work with kids most of the year. So switching it up a little bit is actually very refreshing for me, and I can bring a lot of energy into that. And there's different styles of conversation, different expectations, different needs and desires, and that is very refreshing and really fun. So I was hyped on that. But High Cascade's a vibe. So how much does cost camp? Wow. How much does camp cost? Well, I'll be down to hang out. I've been chosen to ride since Woodward Park City melted. So next year, I'm still determining my prices. This year, we're at like 2,500, but I'm going to end up raising them and adding a couple different things. Right now, you're in charge of getting yourself from the airport to the house. Well, then you might pay $100, $150 in an Uber fee. Well, next year, what I want to be able to do is provide the transportation for everybody. So I'm going to either have one of my coaches go, but I'll most likely just hire a limo or a shuttle service that's going to wait for you there with a sign that says, yo, come hang out Tommy Bennett. Whatever it's going to say. It's probably super cheesy, you know what I mean? But Tommy Bennett's camp or Premier Snow Camps, whatever it is. Premier Snow Camps by Tommy Bennett. Something like that. So then you can go there. And then the way I want to run it is like there's a 2 o'clock pickup time, and then there's a 5 o'clock pickup time. And then if you're not within the 2 windows, then you're on your own. But right, that's going to cost me extra money. So I'm going to end up charging a little bit extra to make it a more seamless experience. That was definitely one of the biggest challenges people face, is like, I don't know where I'm going. I have no idea what Mount Hood's like. I have no idea what the Portland airport's like. I don't know the situation about getting an Uber. All of that is just adds unnecessary stress to the camper, you know? And so I want to like provide a more seamless experience. And so that's something I'm going to add among some other things that, you know, we really... My dad says maybe hire your dad. Yeah, you want to come hang out? You want to come out to camp? Come vibe, Dad? That'd be sick. Maybe we can come shuttle some people around. Come hang out in Oregon for freaking 2 weeks. But I'm going to end up doing 4 sessions. And they'll more information is going to come out. More of the story is that I'm looking to improve it. I'm looking to make it more awesome, as well as start opening some spots. So if anybody's trying to jump in sooner than later and secure their spot, I'm going to be doing that. I already have dates of where it's going to go. So I'm going to actually talk to a couple of my coaches like tomorrow and dial in the exact dates and formats and all that stuff. And then I'll be able to release some information. And then I'm assuming, you know, through winter, if anybody wants to get better, you know, I can offer that, because I get asked like freaking all the time about, do you do private coaching? And I just say, no, come ride with me at camp. Then people would be able to actually come work with me in a really cool environment without me doing it during the winter, because I just don't have any available time for that. Yo, Drew, what up, dog? Can we grab Tindy? Yeah, you can grab Tindy, and you immediately get kicked out of camp, and you're sleeping on the side of the road. What's up, dog? So Drew is actually in my camp. Went to camp, and he learned that grabbing Tindy is a no-no, and it became like a very big joke, and it was really funny. So Drew, how you doing, dude? No Tindies, bro. We spent the last 2 hours of our last night just cracking up jokes about Tindy. It was the most amazing time I've ever had. Matthew Dalton, dude. And then Fine says, did anyone hit their personal goals? Any first for any campers? Tell us about the coolest progression you saw. Yeah, that's actually... So yeah, there's definitely some big progression. People trying their front 3 for the very first time, trying a backflip for the very first time into an airbag. There was one girl named Danny who's actually, I've seen ride at Danielle. I ride with her, not with her, but I see her at Copper all the time. She came out and it was learning like how to pop better, how to hit rails better. She learned like front lips and learned a bunch of rails, but then her big goal was to try a backflip on a jump. And so she tried backflips into an airbag for about probably 20 attempts and eventually put it onto snow and at least attempted them. She put it into her feet and then slipped out twice, but she was able to actually do a backflip on snow. And that was probably definitely one of the highlights for sure. Paul says, $2,500, you can literally get a full set of brand new gear and the Icon Pass. That's insane. Yeah, no, totally. And you can think about at Vail lesson is a private lesson that is $1,200, and 2 days. Um, for 2 days, you've already, that's only 6 hours. So essentially, we provide accommodation, transportation to and from the mountain, lift tickets, food, and freaking awesome coaching. And that's definitely like what we bring to the table. In the skill set and the 20 years of experience and stuff, but it's definitely like a full-on package. It's very competitive with the other rates of camp. That's the competitive rate of camp. I'm not charging like insane. I'm not charging triple more than everyone else. I'm right where everyone else is, if not more towards the low end of that. There's camps that are $3,000 and $3,200. So I think the price is fair, but yeah, exactly. What can you do with that? You could buy one camera lens for that too if you wanted to. You know what I mean? But yeah, we vibing. Tindies. Oh, funny, dude. Sebas, that's amazing. You're gonna die. I'm gonna die laughing. Camp was sick, Drew, dude. Heck yes. So I'm really excited about being able to do that and just be able to offer, just to do camp. It's such a magical experience in Mount Hood because it's literally 70 degrees on the mountain. The snow conditions are so freaking slushy, but it's not sticky. It's like the most contradicting thing I've ever experienced because it's not like I'm going down the mountain sticking. It's like I'm literally playing around, having the sickest time ever, and there's like 4, 5, 6 inches of slush that you're not sticking to. So it's definitely like pretty crazy how good the conditions were. How mad was Theo at Tindy? Dude, it's so funny. And then Paul says, fair enough, you're going to be a millionaire soon. Oh, far from it, dude. Far from it. It's definitely a big endeavor doing camp. It definitely is wild. Clay says, what's going down at Big Snow? Big Snow, essentially, I just wanted to go snowboard, to be honest, because I was spending so much energy into the camp because I wanted to do my best to provide that experience for camp. It literally wanted to make it as awesome as possible. Now that stress is off my shoulders, I want to go to, here's that kind of my like vibe is like, I want to get a rental car. I want to go to New Jersey and go to the Snow Dome at Big Snow. I want to get a hotel, turn that thing, the AC up to like whatever, max. And I just want to go snowboard. So I'll go snowboard in the morning and then go hang out for a little bit, edit some videos, make some Instagram, whatever, and then go back and snowboard again. And then obviously it's like a very different vibe and a very different situation, but I'm looking forward to that like quick laps in one rail. Okay. Then like, I just want to work on some tricks and like learn some stuff. So like, okay, I'm going to do a bunch of front boards and feel good about them and really like refine and fine tune my own snowboarding. And then I can take that momentum into next season. And that's really what I'm looking for to doing at Big Snow. No events. I'm not really doing anything other than just wanting to go snowboard for myself, create some content that sounds fun, some educational and entertaining type of stuff. And yeah, it's going to be sick. The Midwest Shredder. What up, dog? Tommy, bro. Did you and Matt finally get some sleep? Dude, actually, the second week, we ended up... in the second week, we ended up going to bed at midnight instead of 2 o'clock every day. Like, so much better. See, week 1 was so nerdy. They loved, like, the nerd. And week 2 was so social that there was like a fun vibe. It was so different, but so cool. And then everyone got along like really well. It was really cool. Both weeks were so similar and so different, but all positive vibes, like all good energy. It was really sick. Shane, what's up, dog? What up, Tommy says. Fine says, why is everyone in full gear? If it's 70 degrees. You know, there's a lot of people who did not like would snowboard in a long sleeve or would snowboard in a t-shirt. For me, I would rather be super sweaty and in a hoodie, because if I fall, I'm literally getting ice burn and absolutely wrecked because it's so abrasive in the slush, especially when you're going fast. So I was in all snow. I was all geared up. Like, I'm sweating. Literally, like the bottom of my goggles are dripping sweat. And if you touch them, they like leak. I know, it's gross. I know. But I would rather be extra sweaty than literally just blowing up my freaking arms and all that stuff. So yeah, that's kind of that with the whole snow thing. Let's see. Ranger Texas says, how was your hip? I was watching you ride on Hood and was wondering if your hip recovered or you still need surgery later. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So my hip is still busted. A couple times I noticed, and I did not have surgery. A couple times I noticed that I'd be walking up and I'd have to stop and it was hurt, and I'd have to like take a break or whatever. But if I go drop like 15 feet to flat, it doesn't hurt. It's that constant engagement like hiking where it's just like constantly tension on my hip. That's when it hurts most, to be honest. But still need surgery. I'm gonna put surgery off this summer, put it off this winter, because I wanted to host camp, and I want to have a full season next year. And then I'm considering having surgery like April 15th or April 20th, around that time, or not. So I haven't decided, honestly. But hip's doing good. The thing about the hip is it doesn't get better and it doesn't get worse. It just is what it is. So then if I can handle the pain for now, I'm going to handle the pain. I did talk to the doctors, and they're like, if you put it off for another 2 to 3 years, you'll be fine. And it's already been like 5 years. I've had a torn and detached labrum in my right hip. So it's been 5 years. So it's one of those things like, okay, if I waited a slightly bit longer, it's not the end of the world, but I need surgery. But if I wait a little bit, that's all right. That's all right. Paul says, if you could spend a day with any pro, who would it be? That's such a good question. I probably have like 2 people. Travis Rice is an absolute god. I think what he does for the industry, giving back for the industry, creating these really cool movies and all this stuff, like what he's done for our snowboarding culture and world to be more accessible to mainstream with all the videos he's made, but it also kept true to what snowboarding is. So I like that. And then I really love his riding style, because he can go hit pipe, he can go hit jumps, he can go hit rails, and he can go freaking send the backcountry like a freaking madman. And I also feel very similar about Scotty Lego. He is such an animal when it comes to riding pipe, but then backs it up everywhere else. And having that versatility is what I strive in my own snowboarding. I don't want to just be absolutely godly in one thing. I want to go play and own anything that I ride. And obviously I'm not a professional snowboarder. I'm not at the top tier, but I love to be able to have at least enough control of my snowboard to have the freedom to go hit jumps, rails, boxes, backcountry, trees, cliffs. I want to be able to just do anything at a sufficient level where I can just go vibe and have fun. That's definitely like that. So I look up to those cats for sure. Those dudes are amazing. That's a great question, by the way. I love that question. Clay says, heck yeah, man. There's some really cheap Airbnbs close to Snowdome. Yeah, man. Excuse me. Yeah, the Snowdome will be sick. I've never snowboarded there. I got some like really fun like time-lapse shots I want to do that have probably been done before, but it sounds fun of me in the snowboard gear with a bunch of people around. Like, it just looks kind of crazy. I gotta sneeze. Like, there's definitely gonna be some like really fun stuff. We're also going to go down there and try some new camera equipment out. Me and Matthew's going to meet me down there. So we're going to try some new camera equipment and just trying to figure out a game plan for the winter, because Matthew's actually moving to Colorado. So we're trying to use this as an opportunity to fine tune what the heck we want to do with our stuff, and find some systems and protocols and tactics that allow us to achieve the goal of just making better content. But how do we do that, and what's that look like, and is it realistic, and what we think works, does it work, does it not? Let's go figure that out in a low-key environment with minimal to no expectations. My expectation is to go snowboard and have fun. That's kind of where, oh, thank you, shall fine. That's my goal right there. So minimum expectations, go vibe. Sounds pretty freaking awesome. Jane says, that's the key right there. Be good enough to have the freedom to go anywhere. Yeah, 100%. You know, I've talked about that a little bit on Instagram posts. I'm going to make some more content about it this winter. But you know, what's my goal with snowboarding? And my mentality from a kid was to be a snowboarder. I want to go ride anything and be competent enough to be able to handle most things, right? Yeah, I can't handle everything. I probably couldn't handle a 150-foot cliff. I can't handle a 150-foot jump or a 100-foot jump. But I want to definitely be close to it as best as I can, and whatever that looks like, right? So that's definitely my goal. But New Jersey should be really sick. I'm really hyped on that. And then, of course, like right around the corner, we got August, September, October. In October, some of the resorts in Colorado open. So August, September, and like really, we're looking at 2.5 months away from potentially being snowboarding in Colorado, and that's not that far away. So that's where I'm kind of eager to like get some stuff sorted with Matthew about just like how the heck are we gonna make this awesome. Matthew's my editor, so I like film a bunch of stuff and send it to him at camp. He was helping film and help edit, and it was really cool to collaborate with him. And obviously I have the whole, at the end of the day, is my channel, and he's there to help me out, and he's really amazing at accepting feedback or critiques, or hey, I'm just gonna be blunt. I'm not gonna like tiptoe around like, I don't know if I like it, maybe I like it, give me 20 minutes. It's either I'm pretty blunt about it, like I don't like it, let's change it, let's do this, let's add this, how about this, let's try that didn't work, and everything. So it's been a really cool combination of having Matthew there and accepting the fact that like some of the stuff I thought was gonna look sick doesn't look sick, and all, you know what I mean? Sebastian says, bro, come hang out in Salt Lake City sometime. I got a crib next to Woodward. Do you really? Dude, I haven't been to the new Woodward. I really want to go. It sounds pretty freaking sick. I'd love to come out just for a couple days. That'd be sick. I've been to like Park City, Utah, non-Woodward, like the actual like Vail Resorts resort. I've been there, and I've been to like canyons, but I haven't been to Park City, Utah with the Woodward. Sounds pretty dope though. Let's see. Clay says, heck yeah, I'll be in New Jersey for a month or so to knock the dust off before the season starts. Dude, that's actually a clutch move, man. It's such an advantage. You just go ride, get time on your snowboard, and spend time hitting a jump. Spend time doing whatever. And obviously you can't look at the snow dome as, it's going to be gnarly cliffs. It's going to be, how can I maximize my experience and opportunity at this place? That's what I'm looking at it as. Clay, Shane says, I'm so jealous. I think we are looking at November here in Northern California. Yeah, like Colorado a couple years ago, 2 years ago in 2019, Keystone opened October 12th. Keystone opened October 12th. Like, what the rip? It's absolutely incredible. Let's see. Mr. Ranger, Texas. Any suggestions for how to handle frustration when failing too many attempts for a trick? There's two thoughts I have with that. One, are you ready for that trick, right? That's a big thing that I talk about in my YouTube videos when I'm personally coaching. If you're going for like a big trick and you've done all the steps right, it should take you 3 to 5 tries. But if you're missing so many of the elements that are supposed to be there, it might take you 30, 40, 50, 60 tries, but because you're missing something significant, it's like a puzzle piece, and I literally have a puzzle piece that's behind the couch, but I make the puzzle and it's not finished, then I tear it apart and build it again, but like I'm still missing the piece. Like that doesn't change. So the goal would definitely be to develop the skill to be there. Now, the other side of it is being emotionally detached from your trick. Whether you get the trick or not, it doesn't matter. Think about, am I moving forward? Okay, I got really close this time, so I know what I should be doing. This time I completely went the opposite direction. Well, now I know exactly what not to do, and the goal is to be able to navigate through the positive and negative experiences, hopefully being objective, and there is no positive or negative. What did I do? Was I close? Was I not close? What do I need to do? And I look at that as my Instagram content. Like I'll like get a trick that looks sick, and I look at it and it's trash, and it's not up to my expectations, up to my standard. I don't get butthurt. I just do it again, right? Emotionally detached. I just try it again. And that way it keeps me mentally sane and not putting so much expectations and pressure to land this trick, because I can just do it again. But that again might be tomorrow. It might be a week from now, or it might be this next run. Like it all is all situational. But if I can be emotionally detached, and then other times, like right when I was talking about the steps, sometimes it's just so freaking hard that you just got to figure it out. And it takes a long time. Being emotionally disconnected is the biggest thing that's changed my snowboarding. Because I used to get pissed and frustrated and upset, and then essentially your body starts functioning a different way, because when you're angry, your muscles are more tight. So you have this thing that's known as dysfunctional tension. So there's tension in your body that's not helping you. Now, if I was more relaxed and playful and vibing, I'm more likely to allow my body to maneuver the way it needs to obtain that trick. But if I can't do the trick and I'm more tight and tense, my body doesn't operate in the same way. So my timing and my intensity or my coordination may be completely thrown off. So now all of a sudden, I'm just further away. So emotionally detached really helps me do that. And that also is something that I've worked on my own, is like, you know, sometimes there's like this expectation when people see me snowboarding. They're like, go do these gnarly things. And I'm like, sometimes I'm not there. You know, it's my first run. I'm not throwing down. Maybe I'm tired. Maybe my hip hurts and I can't live up to people's expectations. So I try to let go of that emotionally as well. It's because there is that expectation, like, you have a following or whatever, and like you coach and like all this stuff, and people want to see like me do crazy stuff. And I'm like, dude, I want to live up to that, but I also don't want to be disappointed if I just go do a straight air run. I got to accept where I'm at, and hopefully people can respect that. But you know what I mean? Shane says, damn, he went super deep on that question. Super helpful. Yeah, you know, we go ham here sometimes, right? We go ham. And then Mr. Ranger, any suggestions? But got that one. Shane says, for me, just go take a break and probably do something else. Yeah, it's also another thing is just vibing on something else. Take a break, come back. I talk about a lot in this camp. I was talking about momentum. How do I create momentum and carry the momentum through the day? So my first run, I want to feel good. And if I need to adjust my tactic, I might need to go stretch. I might need to get some coffee or a Red Bull, or I might need to stretch deeper, longer, or I might need to just like, I'm feeling good. I want to set my tone, and then I want to like get small wins. So like, oh, here's the gnarly rail I want to get by the end of the day. Well, let me go vibe on some other stuff, build my confidence and the momentum, and then go attack that with some momentum. So it's like taking those small wins of the day. Let's get one win that's going to lead to another, to another, to another. And then by the time we get to the goal of whatever that gnarly thing is, that we've already built the momentum. So carrying momentum through your day is kind of sick. See our adventures. What up, dog? Tommy B, my brother. What up, dude? You are my hype on the mountain, whether you throw big or not. I know you're bad. Dude. And that's where it's interesting. Like I said, there's this crazy Geez, sorry, I probably blew out your eardrums. And, you know, man, maybe that's internal expectation that I put on fake external pressure, right? And I used to do that as a kid all the time. You know, my dad was extremely supportive. My mom was extremely supportive. And they just wanted me to do my best. But I added so much additional pressure because I knew what it took them to get me there to the competition, financially, taking off work or whatever the sacrifices that were made. So my dad never put pressure on me, but I put so much pressure to do good that I couldn't handle the pressure. And it was all pressure I put on myself. And it definitely hindered my ability to freaking do go where I wanted to go. But, you know, luckily we're here, so it all worked out and we're all vibing. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting thing how the mind and the body and that works, especially within snowboarding, because at the end of the day, we're here to vibe and have fun and enjoy it. Hopefully, right? That's the goal. And then whatever that enjoyment means to you, whatever that vibe is, what you want out of snowboarding is so individualized. For me, I want to snowboard, have fun, and help people. It's very generic, but so obtainable. And that's really what my snowboarding has become, because that's the style I want to have. And so it's really cool to like think about snowboarding in that way. Sammy, what's up, dog? You looking cool out there, bro. So yeah. So really cool experience running camp. It's definitely something I want to do for a long time. Oregon in the summer is magical. The people that come to camp are like a different breed because they want to go snowboard, they want to progress. They want to take their ride to the next level, and they're willing to do that, and they're very coachable. From my experience so far, they're all coachable because obviously they trust me. And they all trust me, and they're willing to be coached. It's your adventure. Working on making some music to make the mood. We'll send you some music on the way. Dude, let's hear it. Is it your own music, or is that what you're saying? Your own music? Because I don't know if you've noticed, I never play royalty music. It's all royalty free music, not mainstream stuff, because, you know, we're not trying to get in trouble here by YouTube either. the key takeaway for me that I'm going to take to heart is, do I have all the pieces to be able to do the trick? That will help me focus on what I need to learn and how to move forward and progress. Yeah, Shane, and that's like my biggest thing about, like, the YouTube video. If I can pop over here, let's go to desktop view. As you guys know, this is my channel. Welcome. You can go to the right hand corner here, and we're gonna type in 360. How to 360. You gotta try this. How to backside 360. This video is actually really sick. This one right here. Obviously, we're not gonna play it right now, but essentially, sorry about the audio right out of the gate. But in this video, I break down like all these mellow steps. If you can see here. All right. Well, I break down all these steps in this video, from like how to wind up, how to throw, how to do a backside like 270, how to go backside 360. Like I use all this nerd to get there. So, and even this how to carve video was like just such small increments. And yeah, you might not need step 1, 2, but you might need 3 and 4. But you have all of everything from step 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like the plan and the intent. CR Adventures, bro. I do my own stuff. Been playing music for 23 years. Got some tracks coming your way. Yes, dude. I freaking love it. I can't wait to see. I'm always looking for like fresh music and whatever that means as far as like licensing and stuff. Sorry. I was reading a text from my dad again. But yeah, when I'm always looking for music, man. It's a big deal as a content creator, is music, especially like setting the tone and the emotions and the vibe. Warren, when do you find yourself at a plateau for new learning? How do you progress? Love your channel. Thanks, dog. I think like the biggest thing about plateauing is you end up plateauing sooner if your fundamentals are not there. And what I mean by that is being able to stand awesome on your board. Can you have an appropriate approach? Can you have the ability to be balanced in the air, and can you land? And whatever the air is, obviously that's where you do your trick or on the rail or whatnot. But what most people struggle with is they can't get into the trick, or they're doing the trick and they don't know how to land. So now all of a sudden I can't really go any further because I keep falling. But if I understand the fundamental skills of snowboarding, it's going to help that. So now all of a sudden, if I'm doing a 1, 3, 5, 7, I can land them. Well, then next I'm going to do a 9, and then I can land them, and I know all the rotation, I know how to throw and how to spot my landing. Well, then I can go 10, and then I can go 12, and then I'm going to learn something different like frontside versus backside. But having the fundamentals is such a game changer for minimizing that potential plateau. And I was at a plateau until I learned how to re-snowboard and use the fundamental skills as they needed to be. So that definitely took quite a bit of energy and work, but that's a big part of my channel, is trying to address those fundamental skills that are going to lead you to the next level. Now, when it comes to learning a new trick and like progressing, for me, obviously I'll be inspired, or there's a trick out there I want to learn. So this new trick is like a sloth roll that all the kids are doing. Well, I want to learn that. That sounds fun. But at the same time, I might see something on Instagram that's a rail trick. Well, I'm going to go try that. I'll save it. And then I'm going to mentally, for me, I know I can break that trick down. More importantly, I can develop the 5, 6, 7 skills or steps before to get there. So now, like for you, using my Instagram content, because I post every day, there's got to be something in there that might inspire you. Hopefully, maybe not. Hopefully, there's something that you would like vibe with. And that's definitely, obviously, the goal is to be able to vibe with that, something within that. And thanks. I'm stoked you like the channel, dude. LOL, I remember when Tommy had glasses. I don't know why that was funny to me. Dude, yeah. And I was wearing them in the summer because I was like trying to give my eyes a break, and I would just wear them during live stream. And then, of course, like, I was thankful that I got, get back here. I'm thankful that I got LASIK eye surgery because I was able to like not have the whole COVID thing with getting foggy glasses. That's such a pain. But yeah, dude, I'm stoked. I actually keep an email from 1-800-contacts.com, and they send me like notifications like, hey, you're out of contacts. Buy some new ones. It's almost been a year like next month. And I keep that email as a reminder of like, dude, you don't need glasses. I was walking out of the hotel the other day. I was walking out of the hotel, and I literally was like, dude, I don't have to put glasses in. It was like this, like, you know, it's like this moment of appreciation because I had glasses from when I was in 3rd grade and contacts when I was in 5th grade, and I've had them my entire life. So, yeah. Warren says, great answer. Thanks for the reply. Heck yes, dude. Shane says, I wanted to visit Hood, but my work schedule wasn't going to let it happen. Hood is a magical place. If you can go to Hood, you need to. All the pro riders are there. All the snow conditions are phenomenal. The weather is absolutely insane. The vibe is so positive, like freaking amazing. Richard said, Tommy, are you going to be at Telluride at all this coming season? Most likely not. My full-time coaching gig, just so people know, YouTube's not my full-time income, like by any means, not even close. My full-time job is coaching snowboarding, and I coach competitive athletes who are trying to be awesome and professional athletes. So I do that 5 to 6 days a week, and then my days off, I create content. So I really don't have the available schedule to just go travel a bunch. That's why I went to Hood this summer. That's why I'm going to Big Snow to go snowboard, because I don't coach any athletes right now, but I will be coaching athletes next month. So with that said, I don't travel that much in the winter, so that's really challenging to travel a bunch. So most likely not, just because I'm coaching, and mostly at Copper because they have like such awesome parks, and then we compete and that kind of thing. The 99, what's the craziest trick you've ever done? I would say when I was like probably about 4 years ago, I did a back 12 at Keystone. I did 2 of them, and I had never done a back 12 in my life before then. Even when I was like riding for Oakley and like, you know, getting flow from other companies like Bonfire and Solomon, I never did like a big trick like that. So just a couple years ago, I did back 12. I want to get back there. I was doing back 12 tail, I think it was. Sorry. So I definitely want to get back to that and like vibe and flow, but yeah, back 12s, dude. Just freaking trying to chuck on and not get dizzy. You know what I mean? CR Adventure says, ran into Sean White at Thriftway. Yeah, he trains at the pipe all the time. They have a pipe bag, so they actually have a pipe. Instead of the pipe looking like this, it's actually a pipe that looks like this, if that makes sense. Essentially, you have like the center wall, and then you have 2 hits that go into the like this, and they set up an airbag, and then the airbag is at a down slope and to flat, kind of like that. And then in the half pipe, it mimics the transition landing to flat, so people can like understand how to land in a transition, because in half pipe you don't land where it's flat, you land like in, you know, as vertical as possible and then transition over. So they have a pipe up there, so like Toby Miller, even Mark McMorris was throwing front 10s in the pipe, not on the airbag but in the pipe. It was insane. And then Sean White, Toby Miller, those cats are there. It's kind of crazy. Then we got Shane says, where will you be coaching next month indoors? So I have a competitive snowboard program that I run, and it's my own program and coach. And we're going to start dryland training, start doing that, and I become responsible for some athletes and whatnot. So we're going to start doing snowboard addiction, working out, those kind of things, getting some people ready for the season so that they can vibe and feel good. So that's going to be coming up really soon. What's your opinion on a GNU Danny Cass Signature 155? DK, I actually have never rode that board. Obviously, Danny Cass is a freaking legend. I highly suggest that you demo the board and ride it and see what you think. For me, I'm looking at a board that has a specific application, or like you said, I want to be able to handle jumps, be able to carve, be able to hit rails, and be playful enough while being stable. So I go to a traditional camber snowboard, preferably asymmetrical on the hillside edge. So I like a specific snowboard with a specific flex. So I recommend what's the application that you're trying to obtain and find a board that caters to that. I'm actually going to make some YouTube videos about it this summer, or not this summer, this winter. Is like, I think camber snowboarding, if you're a snowboarder who snowboards more of a versatile riding style / more than 10 days, can really maybe like that 20, 30, 40, 50 day rider can really benefit from camber. But I want to make a video on that, and then comparison like reverse camber and hybrid versus camber. So doing that. But more of the story is, if you can demo the board, go ride it yourself. I'll know within 2 runs if I love the board or not. I just know it, the way it feels, the way it vibes. I know within 2 runs if I'm going to buy this board or not. or love the board or not. Warren says, I have a chance to go to Big Ski or Park City, Big Sky, probably, this upcoming season. Which one you recommend? Dude, I've heard Big Sky is really sick. I've never been there, but that sounds freaking amazing. I think that'd be sick. Would love to see more videos with you and Buckhouse. Been a while. Hope things are good between you guys. Yeah, we'll probably not be riding at all this winter again, which I think is sick. Like, it's been really cool to just do my thing, you know what I mean? But I'll be seeing him out there, but I'll probably not be making content with him. The Kid Man 21. What do you think of small family-owned resorts like those seen in the Midwest? I think they're freaking awesome for sure. They have such a different vibe and a different energy. I hope that those resorts just make enough money to like do more, right? Obviously they're wanting to survive, but the whole goal is not to survive. The whole goal is to survive. Sorry, not survive, but thrive. And then if those places are able to do some like really cool things, then that's cool. So I think they're freaking awesome. They have a different vibe, really cool. I'm used to the big corporate resorts just because I've grown up there, but I love all of them. There's some really magical people, magical feeling, really cool association with those resorts. CR Adventures, me and my brother will be coming to and hyping camp next year. Dude, camp is going to be sick. It's only going to get better. So last year I ran a camp with Jonathan, and this year running it just more of my own show and adding some awesome coaches in there was like so like cool and such a good vibe. And I definitely want to expand on that, like keep going and going. And so really doing my own camp, it's just, I want to provide a service that's very specific, which is coaching, right? Yeah, we can vibe, we can hang out, we're gonna chat, we're gonna vibe, we're gonna be sick. But the goal is to coach you guys and make you more awesome at snowboarding. So that's definitely the energy that I'm going for when it comes to camp. Make the experience awesome, but I'm here to make you guys better. I don't want you just coming to camp and hang out and high five. Like, I want to make you better. Like, that sounds freaking sick. That Burton that you broke in the back corner of your room, is that possible to weld the edge back together and repair it? You know what? My standpoint, I can weld stainless steel. My thought was, once that edge has been compromised, what really can you do? Because I have to, the edge is there, but then the P-Tex is also bubbled up, so then you might have to cut the P-Tex. Now that's like, the integrity's gone. You can weld the edge, but it's flexed, then you're gonna have to add 2 more pieces in. So I just feel like, because I'm so aggressive in flexing my board, that the weld now has a weak point, or the base has a weak point, and it's gonna get water in it. It's gonna freeze, it's gonna melt, it's gonna freeze. I feel like for me, it's a lost cause. If I only snowboarded 7 days a year, probably a different story. But if I snowboard 200 days, then I know that that board's not gonna last, especially if it's already broken. And it's not gonna last if it's not broken. I forgot his name, but you had a chance to coach that seemed really good in terms of coaching style. Oh, I had 2 awesome coaches. One of them, Noah. He is an examiner for instructing. And then Easy, which was week 1, he was also a trainer at Breck. He trains instructors how to instruct, and he's super nerdy. They both have the same certifications as me, so we're all legit instructors, coaches, legit. And that's it, because I don't have to micromanage them. I don't have to tell them what to do. Yo, go run a back 3 clinic and teach people how to do back 3, and they do it, and they know, and I know that they know how to do it, because I know them, I know their certifications, and they're badasses. Like, being certified at the beginner level, yeah, it's cool, but being certified at the highest end level, it separates you from everyone else. And having that certification, like, ideally, if you're getting lessons, get a Cert 3, dude. That's my recommendation. You want somebody with a higher cert that you can get, because they've just been in the game and they know what they're doing. You're looking for the highest certified person if you're ever doing a lesson. And in my camp, you can't get any higher certified in the United States. These dudes are the dudes. Turning boards, I'm thinking to switching my stance from regular to goofy to help my switch riding. I have 2 directional boards. One is still regular set. Let's go. That's actually really sick. If you could just spend a whole month riding switch chairlift, switch ride, dude, you friggin' be beast mode. Do you think you ever make any trips to Midwest in the upcoming seasons, or just stay local? Probably not this season, but I'd love to do something down the road for sure. Arthrava, what's up, dog? Noah rocks. Always remember, guys, don't grab Tunde. Oh yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. We're gonna make that a freaking. I'm gonna make T-shirts. Don't grab Tindy. If you do, you're off the team. Funny thing is, most people don't know what it is. Do you think you'll be able to make any trips out of Midwest? Talked about that. Shane, yeah, you could tell they were your level knowledge-wise. Yeah, 100%. They're nerds. And now what's even cooler is that I have a way of delivering and articulating my information and demonstrating. And then somebody obviously may resonate with me in person, obviously. And some people are like, whoa, dude, you overcomplicate it. Or, whoa, dude, you too simplified it. Or, whoa, dude, calm down. You know, and then I have somebody else who's going to help get that message across that might have just said something one word different and it clicked for them. My goal, whether it's me or my staff or my coaches or my dudes around me, is to get them and us as a collective unit to help that snowboarder become better. That's the goal. That's the goal. And so having people around me that I can trust is a big deal. And that's really what I think is going to separate us in the long term from other camps, is just the nerdiness, like having some people that are just freaking awesome. You know, people make or break everything. And in terms of a business, you know, people make the business, people break the business. And this entity that we're creating in far as summer camps, like people are my most valuable asset, whether that's the campers or whether that's the staff or whether it's a chef or whatever it is. That's the biggest deal. That's the biggest deal. So yeah, we're vibing. And then, yeah, so I'm going to be, we have no more videos to release from camp. So make sure you check those camp videos. I think that, I think they were cool. We definitely, for me, it was a struggle to balance. It was a balance between like creating great content and giving attention to the campers. And I definitely prioritize camper life over videos. And sometimes I would not let Matt catch up to me, and I would just get into something, and then later I regret it because I didn't wait for Matt to catch up in the situation. And then he's like, well, not I can work with. And I'm like, yeah, 100% my fault. Like, I'm just so trying to prioritize the experience of the other campers that sometimes the camp videos suffer, but then we make up for it in other ways. Donovan says, definitely friends don't let friends grab Tindy. Dude, that is the most brilliant thing I've ever seen. We're making that. That sounds fantastic. The nerdiness is definitely appreciated, says Shane. Yes. And you know, and at the same time, having nerdiness, as long as it's effective, is the right move. But if it's so nerdy, people can't comprehend it. All right, so on your left pinky, I want you to do this. On your your right pinky toe, I want you to do this. All of a sudden, I'm like, dude, I don't even know what I'm doing with the rest of my body. It's too complicated. So I definitely want to make sure that it's a right level of nerd or the right progression so that we can get there. Now, certain people can handle a lot of nerd and some people can't. And that's the cool thing about spending 5 days together is that I can get to know them and change and adapt my style to what they need, not just deal with what I provide. No, I want to be able to adjust as needed. Warren says, East Coast rider here, never rode deeper pow than a foot or so. Gonna do one out west trip this season. I ride a wide board, even duck-footed. What do you think it would be worth getting into paddleboard? You know, it's interesting. It depends where you're going. For me personally, I'm only going to get a paddleboard if I'm going to Japan and I'm riding 8 feet of snow. If I'm getting like 2-3 feet of snow, I stay on a camper board because I love the performance, the pop, the power. But that's just me. Colorado does definitely get like a couple feet, but we're not getting 6 feet at a time. I've definitely rode that, but it was not necessarily here. So you can get away with it. But other places, depends on how flat the terrain is and how much snow will determine if you need that full-on pow board. Do you have more footage of the campers? Yeah, I have a bunch of footage of the camper. That's what you bring, though. Easy to understand nerdiness. Yes. And that's the goal, is to make it consumable. Right? Even in my YouTube videos or Instagram, I don't dumb it down, but I say it in a way that allows people to understand it and consume it. And I could use these big vocabulary words and make it sound crazy, or just say it like it is so people can get the point. I'm not here to prove how smart I am. I'm here to help as many people as possible get better at snowboarding. So I got to say it in a way that is consumable. At least that's the goal. You know, we're trying to adapt and change at all times. Well, on that note, guys, it is freaking 8 o'clock. We've been going ham. We've been going ham for like an hour, and I didn't think anybody was even going to show up. So I'm stoked to have a couple of you guys hanging out here. And damn, you're such a nerd, says Tony Jones. What's up, dog? Oh, well, obviously, I said hi to you earlier, but stoked on that. Are you going to put out any more videos with campers? Their progression helps my progression. No, I will most likely not. Might do something in Big Snow, but most likely not. Icon versus Epic from Denver free ride 75%. I'd go with Epic because you have Keystone, Breck, Beaver Creek, Vale. As far as Icon, if you're like park rider, I would definitely go with Icon to go to Copper. Copper is a fun resort, but I think having more options in the Summit County and Vale Valley area, you just get more options if you had the Epic Pass. Big Snow. Yeah, we're going, dude. We're going to Big Snow. Well, hopefully I was able to answer as many questions as possible. I'm going to most likely hop back on live stream next week on Tuesday. So if you guys got any questions, you guys want to vibe, come definitely hang out. And then I got some really cool plans coming up, but I don't want to talk about them because I don't want to spoil the fun. So on that note, guys, you guys are amazing. Nothing but love. And thank you so much for hanging out and just like vibing with me randomly on a Thursday night. So hopefully you guys are good, and we will talk to you guys next week. All right. Peace out, guys. See ya. Later, Tony.